Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot, and you know how I said I was not going to do any more political videos? Well, I have to do one last one, okay you guys? So for those of you who don't know, I did 3 election prediction videos. My first one was Donald Trump against Joe Biden. I predicted that Donald Trump would win. My second one was Donald Trump against Kamala Harris. And my prediction was that Donald Trump would win. But then I did a final video about 2 weeks before the election, and it was when there was just all of that Kamala momentum. And the cards that I got, it looked like Kamala was going to win. So my final prediction was incorrect. My first 2 were correct. We have the star card. Okay. So what my question is now is I want to know, why was Donald Trump elected? What was he offering the people? What was it that happened? You know, a lot of people are going down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole saying, you know, that that something fishy is going on, you know, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I want to assume and I want to hope that he won it fair and square. And so that's the energy that I'm going to come at it from. I know some of you might think that somehow something weird went on, and it may have, but we're going to look at this as if everything is on the up and up. And I want to know why was he elected? Why did people feel that Donald Trump was a better candidate for them than Kamala Harris? That's what I want to understand. I want to understand that energy. Okay, sorry guys, my dogs decided that was a good time to go crazy. Anyway, so that's what I want to feel. I want to feel, what's the energy? Why was Trump elected? Okay. So let's take a look. I don't know if you're curious like me, but what was it? What was it that he was offering that people just found more appealing? Okay, we're starting off with the Ace of Pentacles. This is about security. This is a card of prosperity, security. This is a card that talks about new beginnings. So people were thinking, the reason that, like, the big energy is that people were feeling like he was going to bring in this feeling of security. I feel like it's probably a lot of it is what he said about the border. But I think that that's why people felt that they would be safer under Donald Trump than they would under Kamala Harris. Okay, so now we're looking at the challenges, what people were trying to overcome. Okay, and this is really interesting that we have the 7 of Wands, because this is a card that talks about resistance and opposition. So he had a very strong opposition. We know that. I mean, we saw the whole thing, the whole election. So he did have very, very strong opposition that he had to overcome. That's what makes this whole thing, like, I'll be honest with you guys. So I've tried to keep my channel like kind of, you know, more neutral, I guess. I mean, you guys can kind of tell what I'm thinking, but I've shied away from saying things because, you know, so as not to offend. But one of the things I learned through this whole election process is those of you who want to be here for me are going to be here for me. And those of you who aren't going to like me, you aren't going to like me no matter what I do. So I might as well just be true to myself. So here we go with it. And by the way, this is all for entertainment purposes. This is just tarot. This is no facts or anything like that. Do your own, you know, research, form your own opinions and all of that. But he did have a very, very strong opponent, a very strong opponent. So I'm so curious as to the Wheel of Fortune. It was just luck, his luck. He just had a freaking change of luck. It was literally just luck. He just lucked out. I don't know. We might find out down the road that something nefarious happened, but my gut is saying that he won it fair and square. And my gut is saying that he just had just a strike of good luck. It happened for him. This is literally like the card of destiny and fate. So he was elected because this is what had to happen. Okay. So I don't necessarily think that this is about Trump so much as I think this is about what has to happen for humanity. Okay. I know that might sound a little bit like extreme, but hang with me. I feel like there's energy in this world, and there's karma, and there's things that need to be cleared and things that need to happen. And I think that this is how it had to play out. So it's not that Donald Trump is like a better guy, a more charismatic guy, whatever. I mean, no, this is what had to happen, and it had really nothing to do with him. He's going to be the catalyst that begins what we're about to see happen. Okay. I really, really firmly, oh my God. You guys, this is what we're about to see happen. This is what we're about to see happen. Okay, so when we have the devil card, this is about, it's about being completely manipulated, and it's about absolute bondage. It's a loss of freedom. They are chained up. These people have lost their freedoms, and they're being completely manipulated, and there's nothing they can do about it because they are just stuck. Wow. Okay. So interesting. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands reversed. Wow, Six of Wands reversed. So this is in the placement of what people were seeking, okay? Because this is all about the energy of the people. What's happening with the people? Why did the people vote for Trump? They voted for Trump because they were manipulated into voting for Trump. But what were the people what were they actively seeking? And it looks like what they were actively seeking was for him to lose, which is very interesting because that's not at all what happened. This is the card of victory. This is the card of losing. So that's really interesting that this is what people were actively seeking. If they were seeking for him not to win, then how did he win? Three of Swords. This is what we don't see coming, and what we don't see coming is heartbreak, grief, strife. This choice that was made is going to lead to it's not going to be good. And I have said it, and I'm going to stand by it. I am standing by it, you guys. This is not going to end well. There's a lot of people out there who think that this was the best thing that could have ever happened. And you know what? I hope that they get absolutely everything that Trump promised, because they have no clue. They have no clue what is coming their way. And, it's like all the adults in the room are looking at this going, oh my God, we're trying to stop this inevitable nightmare from unfolding, and all of these other people are getting in the way, thinking that they know what they're doing and thinking that Trump is so great. And it's like they don't even know what they don't know, right? They have no clue. And if you're offended by this, I'm sorry, I click out of the video. But this is where we are. It's not going to be good. And when it gets real bad, sorry, all you who voted for him, sorry. Hope you're prepared. Hope you're ready. Hope that you can take care of yourself, because your government's not going to do it. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay. So the energy that Trump is giving off is this energy of authority, this energy of I can govern, I can lead, I am trustworthy, I am the epitome of what you should aspire to in regards to moral and decency. And it's laughable, but this is the energy he's trying to put out. It's this, look at me, I am pious, I am holy, I am what everyone should aspire to be. But in his environment, he's losing ground. He's losing control. He's in mental decline. He is absolutely motivated by rage and revenge and spite. And his foundation is completely shaking. And it's really interesting because I can assume that all of the legal things against him are going to go away or they're going to stop. I mean, we can just, that's the end of that. So it's interesting because it's not like something legally is threatening him or that's going to challenge him. This is all his own doing. Okay? It's all his own doing. And then we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a forced time out. It's, well, I guess it's not really forced, but it is a timeout. It's having to go within and recharge and face your own thoughts, right? Sit in the quiet of your own thoughts. And this is what the people are starting to do. And they're going to continue to do this. They're going to continue. I mean, not only is Trump losing his ground, but I think all of us are going to lose our ground and our stability too. This is everyone. Everyone is going to lose the stability that we have. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be going in and thinking and contemplating. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that come out of this with regret for the choices that they made. But then we have that damn Queen of Swords, you guys. And that's that Kamala energy. See, this is where, when I was reading for the election, this is where I got so thrown, right? And you guys can see this. If I didn't know Trump was elected, I would have come out of this saying it ends with Kamala. I don't know. I mean, that's crazy. And do I think she's going to be president? No, I don't. I think that's done. So I don't know where this Queen of Swords energy sits, right? This is feminine energy. So this card is the outcome, and this is feminine energy. Well, the Republican Party is very much a masculine party. There's men in charge. It's very much about taking away women's rights. It's very, they say they're the protector of women, and they are not. So there's nothing in this card that would represent Trump, MAGA, or the political party. And this is the card for outcome. This is talking about this knowing, this feminine knowing. This is a woman who has strikingly high achievements. So I'm not even going to try to work it in. I'm going to just let it stand so that you guys can make up your own decision on how you want to interpret that. So let's look at some other oracle cards and see what else we can get. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go to the Queen of the Moon oracle. I want to start with these. These have a more positive connotation to them. There are some cards in here that do represent, difficult times and things like that, but this deck tends to have a more positive spin. So I want to use this for this Trump reading because I want to see what comes out of it. I don't want to come at this, biased. I want to come at this very objective, giving this question a lot a lot of room to be very, very answered in a very unbiased way. Okay, so what I want to know, again, I'm going to ask the same question, is what was the feeling in the people who voted for Trump? What were they wanting? What are they hoping to manifest through that decision? Okay, what are those people hoping to manifest through their vote of Donald Trump? Okay, we're going to do 4 cards, you guys. We have assessing, we have blossoming, we have self-reflection, and we have beginnings. Okay, so I think that people were really assessing what was going on. I think that there were a lot of people that weren't happy with how things were being handled in with Palestine, and I think that they were assessing what their values are, and I think that that is what motivated those people, because the question was, you know, what is it that they're wanting? What is it that they were hoping for? What it is that they were hoping for is new beginnings, new opportunities, which is really, really sad because they're not going to get it. But, and again, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. You know, just click out of the video. But I do feel like what people were tired of what they have, and they wanted something different, and they, you know, they lower information voters who don't know, they just kind of see sound bites, and so that's what they went with. And what they were wanting, the reason that they voted for him, is that they want things that are new. They want things, you know, like that blossoming, that fresh. This is spring. This is like that turning over, that new thing. I think people were doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of looking at their lives. How are they? And what people didn't take the time to look at is, how was the economy under Trump? And then how much has the economy improved? The economy has improved significantly. The problem is that we are still dealing with inflation. Where did that inflation come from? That was all triggered by the pandemic. But if you don't know all of those nuanced things, you're just going to look at, oh, well, when Trump was in office, I was doing great. Gas was super cheap. Well, yeah, gas was super cheap because it was a pandemic. We couldn't drive anywhere, right? That's why they lowered gas prices. Like, think back. People are like, oh, I had more money. Yeah, because they were sending out those stimulus checks. And those stimulus checks came out of your income tax return. So it's like you didn't benefit. It felt like we were benefiting, but there was no benefit. So, but I think people felt like they were better off then. You know, they forget about the times when they didn't have toilet paper, and that certain states couldn't get respirators because Donald Trump decided he didn't want to have a federal response and he wanted to leave it to the states for the governors to handle. So there was a lot of severe mismanagement that people just either forgot or weren't aware of. And I can speak to this because at the time, at the time I worked in healthcare. I worked for a cancer center, and at the beginning of the pandemic, and then through the majority of it, I worked for a hospital, for a medical center. And so I'm very aware of, you know, how the medical community was impacted by the choices of that administration. So, okay, I'm totally going off on a tangent. Let me pull it back in, you guys. So that is why people voted for him. They felt like he was going to give them some new opportunity, and that's why they did it. Okay. So now I want to look at, what are people going to get from Donald Trump? What will Donald Trump produce as a president for the American people? What will Donald Trump produce for the American people as president? Okay, we'll try this again. Everything went flying away. Okay, so what is Donald Trump going to give America? Let's pull 6 cards. I'm feeling like 6 is the way to go. Okay. We have service. We have Lord. We have servant. We have wife. We have messenger. We have soldier. I want to pull 3 more cards, you guys. We have thief. We have cheerfulness. And we have death. Okay. So everyone is celebrating right now, right? We have all this cheerfulness. We have all these people that are so excited, so happy. Everything is looking so great, right? Because we have Donald Trump back in office, and he is going to serve the people. He is going to provide service. He is going to do all of those things that we want, our president to do, because he is going to come in and protect women, right? That's what he said. He's going to protect women. We have a woman and a child. What is he going to do? Is he going to protect abortion, or is he going to ban it nationwide? That's an interesting thing. This card, I think, is giving us the answer, but I don't want to interpret it. I just think that he is going to make the decision. He is going to stand up and he is going to say either, no, we're not banning it nationwide, I'm leaving it up to the states, or he's going to try to enact a nationwide abortion ban. Okay? So that is going to happen. I'm not going to predict the outcome. I know the outcome, but I'm not going to say it. Okay. He is going to rule as a lord, not as a president, and not as a servant. He is going to rule as a lord, not as a servant of the people. Okay. Now, you could look at this, if you are a Trump supporter, you could look at this and say, well, no, there's service and servant. He's going to serve the people. Okay, let's see if he does. I don't think so, but possibly. But not with these other cards, you guys. I'm trying to be so careful of what I say. But this is what it is. He is going to bring us into war. Okay. He is going to steal. He is going to be dishonest. He is going to take from the American people. He's already done it. I mean, the classified documents case, you guys, he had classified documents in his bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. Classified documents that had nuclear secrets. And then we find out he's had 7 phone calls with Putin. Tell me he's not stealing or selling things. Okay? But his incompetence is going to lead us into war, into conflict. We have the devil card, and now we have the death card. With this soldier card. With messenger, it's this message of, it's the bad news he brings. It's the message he's going to bring. And the message he's going to bring is not going to be a positive one that's for the people. It is not. He is going to bring conflict, and he is going to bring hate, and he's going to bring dishonesty, and he's going to bring death. And that's the final thing I have to say about that. So, with that being said, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you hated this video, again, just click out. See you later. If you have not yet subscribed, click that little circle on the screen that you see, and you can subscribe to me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.